CNBC-TV18 Weekender.
Welcome back. You're watching CNBC-TV18 Weekender. We're with director, screenwriter Shyam Benegal. The freedom of expression of Indian artists is increasingly being hampered by social and political groups threatening violence, directors having to prove their patriotism, banning Pakistani artists from working in India. Your thoughts on all of this?
People exchanges, I don't see anything wrong in that. I mean, if you choose the kind of talent you want, whichever part of the world they come from is okay. Well, what has that got to do with the political attitudes that the country itself might have, or the government of a country might have against the government of another country? I don't see why, simply because your governments are at war, people should also be at war with each other.
Sure.
So that's as far as one thing is concerned. But when it comes to the cinema, when you're making films, I think your freedom of expression can only go as far as it does not step on somebody else's freedom of expression.
Sure.
I mean, it has to have a point somewhere.
Talking about censorship, you were the chairman of the committee that was made to suggest the censor board for its arbitrary way of functioning. You had suggested your recommendations, I believe, last year. What has been the outcome of that? I
have no idea. We did a report on the CBFC, Central Board of Film Certification, and we offered new guidelines and a whole new systematic process of how to classify films, because I personally don't believe in censorship, nor do I believe that films should be, anybody else has the right to use scissors on somebody else's film. So the question does not arise. On that basis, we sent a report, two parts of it, one which we sent to the government in April last year, and the second part in October. We haven't heard anything about it. Although I think recently, about a month ago or so, there was some news emanating from Delhi saying that the Minister of Information Broadcasting had referred to it, saying that they were likely to be accepting things from the report or the total report. I don't know. But otherwise, nothing.
You're still to hear from them.
There was no follow-up. So I wouldn't know what is happening to it.
But what is that one thing that you would definitely want them to implement?
Basically, classifications. We now have just three ways. You have A, UA, and U. Just these three, and then of course specialized films which are different. Yes, but our idea was to have an A, and you have two UA categories, plus 15 and less than 15. So we had two UA categories which we had given in, because that would help in many ways how you can classify a film.
I'm curious to know, what is the secret behind your passion for cinema after such a long innings?
Well, you see, there's nothing that excites me more than making a film. Because, that comes closest to create an experience. Because the film creates a whole world, and it's marvelous to do that. Because there are people living there, they have a past, they have a present, they have a future. And this is what you're doing, in other words, you're playing God.
Take us through your future projects. What's in the pipeline? What should we be looking for?
I've got a couple of projects. There's a feature that I wish to make, two in fact, but one of them hopefully this coming winter, I will make that. Another one is a possibility, I'm not quite sure, and that's why I won't talk about it, because it's not a feature, it's a mini-series. But I don't think I'll talk about it until I'm sure that it's happening.
Thank you so much, Shyam Benegal, for giving us time. It was indeed a pleasure talking to you. With that, it's a wrap on this very special edition of Weekender. Until next week, from the entire team, goodbye and many thanks for watching.
CNBC-TV18 Weekender.